How do folks, Andy here, and welcome back to the boat build. We're enjoying the shop today. As you can see, it's nice and light in here, it's a nice day out there. So we've had some presents arrive, and I was just undoing them. I thought, oh, I'll just stick it on a film, because all this lot's the drive chain from the engine to the prop. So I thought we'd have a look at what we've got. So I'll just unload this first box. Some tubing, grease for stern gland, packer for stern gland, a nice shiny brass grease pump. So that's the lubrication kit, and a couple of fittings and all. Put it all back. This is stern tube. This is your what actually goes to your drive shaft from your prop, which comes along and then through the boat. Everything in here should be that. So that's your drive shaft actually, not the stern tube that goes through the hull. That must be in that. So that's an 1.5 inch shaft that. So your prop goes on that end. And that's your keyway with the key that is driven from the engine. And this is the prop. Oh. There we have it. Nice shiny prop. All made in the UK. That's a 17-inch diameter prop. 1712 I think they call it. So 17 inches diameter, and each revolution propels a boat 12 inches. I think that's how it works. Ah yes, here we have the stern tube. So here's the stern tube. So on your boat, when you turn your grease pump, there's a fitting on there. The grease goes down and through that, and in there it's packed with the packer like a cord, and that's the welding boss that we have to put. So we have to cut this out, the pointy end, or the rear, the stern of the boat, but below the counter it goes to a point. We will cut that out and weld that in. And that's an Aquadrive coupling, which allows for play in the prop from the engine. So if you have one of them fitted, you don't have to, you can have a direct drive. But what that does, it takes a lot of vibration out in the boat, so it's a lot quieter drive. It's like a universal joint on a car or something. A very good bit of kit, and you don't put things out of line, but it allows things to be out of line a bit. So it's just a little extra that improves everything on the boat, really. So, nuts and bolts. So that's one component of this Aquadrive. And this is the other component. So it goes on a coupling to the gearbox. You've got your engine gearbox, Aquadrive shaft. Your thrust bearing is it, that goes through the hull, and your welding boss, your prop goes through the lot onto a propeller. And there's just all the components in here, nuts and bolts, etc. Nut lock, that's a compound that actually sets in the threads and locks it off. It's different make, you get Loctite, different types. Right, so that's the components, and as you can see there, that's what the system is when it's in place. On the boat, we've got to put this steel in for it to go through yet, so it's like that. And that's your Aquadrive B10. That's everything there for the system, and that's what you're looking at paying for that. 2,600 quid for them. Not cheap, this boating, you know. Anyway, that's it. I just thought I'd show you it, show you components or what have you. They have just arrived, so now we've got to get some steel cut, make that plate, get that welded in, and just for a laugh we'll put a big hole in back at the boat, see if we can weld it up watertight. Alright, see you later. Ta-ra. Right, so that's the components, and as you can see there, that's what the system is when it's in place. On the boat, we've got to put this steel in for it to go through yet, so it's like that. And that's your Aquadrive B10. That's everything there for the system, and that's what you're looking at paying for that. 2,600 quid for them. Not cheap, this boating, you know. Anyway, that's it. I just thought I'd show you it, show you components or what have you. They have just arrived, so now we've got to get some steel cut, make that plate, get that welded in, and just for a laugh we'll put a big hole in back at the boat, see if we can weld it up watertight. Alright, see you later. Ta-ra.